weiter geht's. Hallöchen, Popöchen. Willkommen auf meinem Kanal. Mein Name ist Mecco. Wir spielen Halibut weiter und ja, wir joinen direkt ins Spiel, denn schwupp, es geht direkt los. Wir sind auf dem Weg dazu, Slippy aufzuhalten und wir werden jetzt über die Kerne hier geschoben. Muss ich nur kurz mein Handy ausmachen.
Shwee. We don't know what we're gonna find at the end of this. What are we gonna do at the end of this?
You're going to get Slippy.
That's one way of putting it. Well, I'll think of something. It's always me who has to get his hands dirty. Slippy, we're here. It's...
Shit, Maya! I can't even count how many regulations you've breached. Halibut?
The door?
Harold! Whew! Everyone!
Look, let's not be hasty. If I could just show you my plans, I was only trying to...
I'll show you a plan!
Eesh!
Oh shit! My hand!
Well, that settles it, I suppose.
Yo!
Is
Das war
he
gut.
okay?
Den Knetkopf
I
zerdödelt.
was overcome with emotion thinking of the children. I hope I didn't overdo it. Please no one tell them about this.
Chris, relax. It's over. And so is our chance at launching after wasting all this time. Oh well, may as well spice things up a bit in the meantime.
Relaunch chance over? Whatever do you mean, Professor?
I mean that the solar winds are due to begin again, and soon. Too soon. After these shenanigans, we simply won't have the requisite preparation complete in order to meet the safe launch window.
To say nothing of repairing the damage, Slippy's icy debacle probably caused our sensitive instruments.
Well, can't we risk it? What's the worst that would happen?
Well, if we launch late, we run the risk of the solar flares crippling the ship, like last time, and tumbling back into the ocean. And there's no telling if our next landing will be so lucky.
And if we launch on time?
My calculations are nearly complete, but if we time it just a second wrong, we might sink deeper or use up our remaining fuel just to move a few miles away.
And even if your calculations were already done, what with the all-water time theft, it'd probably be late by now anyway.
Time theft? Speak sense, Harold.
I tried to tell you that day in your lab, but we got distracted with the probe. Me and the Lightkeepers, I was gonna tell you I joined them. They're a bunch of teenagers. We found proof that Allwater were shaving a bit off every hour to help with the energy crisis. So we had even less time than we thought all along.
What are you talking about? How and why do you shave an hour?
So we have to do less work, and to save energy. And, well, actually not every hour, only the ones in daytime. By now, apparently, it adds up to 2 full hours each day.
How? But we would have noticed.
But we didn't because of the introduction of all-water digital time, and they controlled the time in tiny little bits so it would always feel normal.
So, Allwater fooled us more than Slippy, and we must have... Wait. Saving on daytime? Ah! Harold, you wonderful, beautiful schmuck! If what you say is true, and these days the truth is stranger than one of your little head stories, then it's exactly the opposite of what you think. We have more time than ever.
We do? How does that work?
Think, Harold. If what we perceived as a day of 24 hours was actually only 22, that means that we haven't actually reached today's date yet. Now, let's see. All-water digital time was introduced 8 years ago. Cyrus, check my math.
Well, even if they were shaved up to 1, then 2 hours after a few years, we should have more than 4 months left until the launch window ends.
Ha! Much as I love it when you're wrong, that means...
My calculations were correct, but time was wrong.
And it explains why we thought the space bacteria would degenerate faster than modeled. Oh, if we had just done the experiment at nighttime.
Oh, wait. Then... And that means... And I was so blind. Time. all along.
It's about time, right, bros?
It's true. This is a matter of urgency. Time is of the essence. We know we were onto something when we noticed Java's watch didn't match up with the official time.
And what time do you call this?
Party time.
The time is...
I know what the time is.
Time is of the essence.
First time's the hardest.
At the same time,
A stitch in time saves 9.
4 at the same time is quite a feat.
and time is running out.
In the meantime,
We don't have time to put you on a proper routine.
But maybe this whole time
All water is trying to steal time.
Just what do you suppose I'm doing with the stolen time?
Maybe taking the time for yourself?
now,
If and when the time is right.
we might even have some time for ice skating. Why not give them
All the time.
Your first time at Quick Soup Colorfish?
this will be the last time I explain it to you, so for once, pay attention.
There's no
Time.
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 time?
Time.
All that time.
We're going to need a few words with the Madam CEO if we're to get the exact numbers of when and how much time they've stolen. Speaking of which, has anyone seen her?
We didn't see her on any of the cameras. Nor Zoya. Do you think they escaped being trapped?
Unlikely. They were probably incapacitated by Slippy as part of his plan.
They could be anywhere. We'd better split up and find them. Maybe we should start in the all-water district.
Why don't we just ask him?
I don't think he's in a talkative mood.
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I was just so overwhelmed. How was I supposed to know he'd take it so badly?
It's okay, Chris. At least he didn't get away. Cyrus, let's go with Harold and Wii-Yu to the all-water district. Major, I imagine you'll want to stay with Slippy. Everyone keep in touch via PDA and don't leave any stone unturned.
Let's go.
Oh, and Bridget, can you tell the others over the tannoy system to search whichever area they're in?
It's them. They look fine, and not at all hungry.
Do I look fine?
Well, I mean, it could have been worse. Those snacks are tasty.
Yes. I could have been tied up with you. Can someone please tell me what is going on?
Slippy engineered this whole hoax. He was never really working on a relaunch procedure. His plan was to freeze the planet into a giant ski resort.
How absurd! Professor, I expected better from you.
So there's no relaunch plan after all? I can't believe it. I'll never fly this thing.
Madam CEO, I could say the same about you. We know all about the time hoax, but it's still imperative you clear up a few things.
What good will it do? Still, I suppose it can't hurt at this point. And you did untie me. Fire away.
Firstly, when did you start the time-skimming process?
About 8 years ago. For the good of the ship, of course.
And how much did you shorten the days?
Well, we started with 30 minutes, just letting the clocks run a tiny bit faster during the daytime. Every 2 years since then, we made gradual transition to another half an hour shorter.
And I thought it was my fault those plants were growing slowly.
Cyrus, stop blathering about plants and run the math for me, please.
Okay, so that means 365 hours in the first 2 years, 730 to 2 years after that, then 1,095 hours, and then 1,460 hours, which adds up to 3,650 hours. So we have 152 days left. Or what we think of as today is in fact 152 days away.
Whoa, that's a lot of time. But how come none of us noticed?
Aha. This is the clever part. We tapped the shifts to the summer-winter time changes. People's circadian rhythms always go a bit haywire around then anyway. Subtle, no?
So we have time, but no procedure after all.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Yes, we kind of worked on a thing.
A thing? Kinda.
A secret backup relaunch procedure. We were never taken in by Slippy's showmanship, and sorry to say, Madam CEO, your blind trust in him.
So it took me a while, but I got a little something theoretically up and running. But I was stymied by the time theft messing with my calculations of velocity. That's why my simulation failed that day, you know.
We even double-checked, triple even, and everything.
Well, I won't forget your flagrant distrust in me anytime soon. But I suppose your rebellious streak has borne some interesting fruits. You must explain this procedure to me so we can work on the press release.
So we really might still launch after all?
Yes, yes. Funnily enough, there'll be plenty of time for all that. But now, I need tea and a nap.
Yeah, it's been a crazy day. Tea nap sounds good to me.
Spicy tea.
Spicy tea?
Come on, you two. Let's leave Zoya and the CEO to get some rest. I'm sure it was exhausting eating all those snacks. We can all meet in the morning to go over next steps.
Okay, I suppose we can postpone the agenda until then. I imagine there will be much that needs doing, including some serious PR damage control.
Wir nähern uns endlich dem Ende.
Ah, hello, my boy.
Hey, Professor. How are you holding up?
Just fine, just fine. Preparations for the relaunch have gone swimmingly.
Ah, great. So they're nearly done?
Yes, we're really just putting the finishing touches on now.
Wow. Can you believe we're about to try and take off after everything?
I knew we'd figure out a procedure. But I would never have guessed at what it took to get there.
Are you excited to see space again?
Yes. But that's not to say I won't miss this place. It had a certain watery charm and plenty of scientific curiosity. But you know, I'm getting old. My real wish is to step foot on real ground.
Yeah. It was nice to be outside of the fedora in the cave, but I suppose that's not what you're thinking of.
Indeed. I'd like to see the sky. But enough about me. How are you feeling about leaving Wiu and the Flimmerlim? I know you grew close to it all.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss Wiu. I'll miss it all. But this is our path, right?
I think so, my boy. You'll always cherish the time you had with them. But don't you want to continue the mission? Get back to finding a real home?
Yeah, it makes sense, I suppose. Do you think we will?
I'm not sure. But what do we stand to lose?
True. True.
Have you said goodbye to Wiyu and the Flimmerlim yet?
Not really, no.
Well, no point putting it off. Saying goodbye only gets harder the longer you leave it. And so send them all my regards.
Yeah, I know. I know.
And Harold?
Yeah?
You'll miss Wiyu, but over time, it does get easier. You'll be busy once we're back on course. It'll feel like a whole different life.
I know. I know.
Versuchen wir es mal. Ja. Meine eigene Spucke erstickt.
You're here. Thank you for choosing all water tubes. Location nominated. Journey commencing. All water thanking you. Thank you for traveling with all water.
Ja, tschö. Tschö. Wiedersehen. Tschö. Wiedersehen. Wiedersehen. Tschö. Tschö. Wiedersehen. Wohl.
Wiyu.
Hey, Howell. How's Fedora doing?
Yeah, nearly there.
Are you excited?
I mean, it is exciting, but it's gonna be so hard leaving you behind. And this place, just... Yeah, maybe we'll find a new home out there, but also, maybe not. At least not in my lifetime. You know?
I don't know. You will or you won't, but at least you will have the chance. And of course, I will miss you. We have true Simbo. We all will. But we're just happy we could help with the energy and everything.
Yes, we couldn't have done it without you all. And I couldn't have done it without you, Wiyu.
And I would probably be a cold non-Wiyu if you hadn't helped me get better. Everything has changed since knowing you. It will be hard to remember Tidomo now. Maybe I'll go exploring a new part of the ocean.
Can you believe how lucky we were to even meet?
I always thought this luck you all have is a very strange thing. You do a thing, or you don't.
But what if a thing happens to you that has nothing to do with your own actions?
I don't understand. Life is like a tide, you know? It's not always obvious where a tide comes from or is going, or how it connects to other tides. But if you are you go with the tide or you go against it. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you try not to go with it. Sometimes it does.
Wiyu, the Fedora is nearly ready to launch. This is going to be the last time we see each other.
I know, Howell.
I don't know what to say.
It's okay. Remember, Simba. We'll always have it.
Thanks, Wiyu. We will.
Hope you have good tides.
And you, Wiyu. And you.
Hau rein. Kackfrosch. Jetzt wird wieder alles so in die Länge gezogen. Es wird so in die Länge gezogen. Warum? Lass mich doch scheiß laufen jetzt. Es wird immer langsamer. Ich flippe gleich aus. Cyclopilus. Darin, Schwester. Und nicht mehr weiter oben ist es. Weißt du, da reicht so ein Moment, wenn man das am Anfang macht, ein paar Meter, und dann wird der Bildschirm schwarz und nicht den ganzen verkackten, langen, ätzenden Drecksweg, alles in Zeitlupe, halb so schnell laufen, wie man eigentlich laufen kann. Nur damit die ganzen Affen einem zuwinken, mit denen ich eh nie geredet habe. Oder einfach da oben hingehen und dann ruft einer Rio, drehst dich rum und auf einmal stehen da alle und winken nochmal. Auch emotional. Viel besser als so eine Scheiße hier, die dich 3 Stunden aufhält, Alter. Oh, Junge, ey, das Spiel geht eigentlich 4 Stunden, aber durch den ganzen Kack, den man machen muss, wird's in 12 Stunden Länge gezogen. Ja, genau so. Da guckst du jetzt. Siehst du irgendwo... Oh. Es geht jetzt zurück.
We you.
Powell? Shouldn't you be back on the ship? You don't want to miss it taking off.
Yes, I do.
Oh. You mean...
I want to stay. I know it sounds crazy, and I'll be the only human here, but...
No. It's not crazy. It's just you. I would love it. But are you really sure? Won't you miss everyone else more than you want to stay here?
I'm sure. I've always gone with the tide, but now I want to break out of it. Choose a tide for myself. Not the one that leads up into cold, empty space. It's the first time I've ever really been sure of anything.
I believe you. You found your blugalugulugu.
Yeah. Lugalugul Simbo.
Blugalugulugu Simbo.
Hey, Professor, there's something I need.
Ah, Harold, how did it go?
Well, fine, but...
Great. We don't have much time. I could do with some help sorting the final preparations.
Jeanne, I'm not coming.
Okay. It's only natural you're emotional. I suppose I can finish things up by myself.
No. Professor, I'm staying with Wii.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Can you understand?
Harold, I've grown terribly fond of you. But if I've learned anything about you, it's that you always defy expectations one way or another.
So, you're not angry?
Angry? Dear boy, I'm delighted. I will miss you like I miss my left hand. But if you finally found something you feel strongly enough to shout Jeanne at me, then I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I'm gonna miss you too, Moreau. You've always been there for me. I wouldn't be making this decision if it wasn't for you. In a nice way, I mean.
I know what you mean. Have you thought it all through? Do you need any help with the, practicalities?
Not really, but what is there? I'll just take a few of my things. The Fluilim have all the materials I'll need there. I'll get settled in no time, I'm sure.
Well, I guess this is goodbye.
Yeah. Guess it is.
Be safe, Harold. Wish us luck.
I'll do one better. I'll wish you good times.
Very funny.
Alles mit den Giraffen. Ist ja immer noch ein leerer Raum da, ne? Bei euch. Tja. Komisches Ende. Aber ein schönes Ende, aber trotzdem nicht so erwartet auf die Art und Weise. Aber ist okay. Ich wollte einfach nur, wisst ihr, ich habe so viel geschimpft in diesem Let's Play, so viel, weil einfach alles in die Länge gezogen wurde, wie ein Kaugummi, das aus dem Arsch kommt, Alter, ohne Scheiß. Also mit Scheiß sogar dran. Aber die Story war ja gut, die Grafik war gut, das Gameplay war gut. Ihr habt einfach nur viel zu viel Nonsens eingebaut, den kein Schwein braucht. Wirklich, kein Schwein. Es könnte so ein gutes Spiel sein. Man muss es doch einfach wie einen Film vergleichen. Wie ein Film. Du guckst dir keinen Film an, wo der Typ hingeht, sich einen Brief nimmt, nach Afrika rennt, wieder zurück nach Afrika zurückrennt, einen Brief nimmt, nach Afrika rennt, den abgibt, wieder zurück nach Afrika rennt, einen neuen Brief nimmt, wieder zack, nach Afrika rennt, den abgibt. Und das machst du 10-mal. Junge, das machst du 10-mal. Ey, es gab so viele Momente. Also, ich denke mir immer, wenn das ein Film wäre, will ich das sehen? Würde ich mir den angucken, wenn der so wäre? Nein, würde ich nicht. Was würde ich anders machen? Ich würde diese Elemente kürzer machen. Ich würde das so machen. Und schon hast du ein geiles Game. Wie gesagt, die Story und die Animation und alles war ja mega gut. Wirklich mega gut. Und weil ich halt einfach nicht verstehe, ihr seht's, deutsche Leute, ne? Onat Hekimoglu. Nein, aber es ist ein deutsches Entwicklerstudio in Köln. Und, warum keine deutsche Sprache? I don't know. Naja, das war Halibut. Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Ich hab euch lieb.
In einzelne Teile, zerstreue mich in tiefen Weiten. Ich liege stumpf am Boden, möchte leicht sein, aber bin so schwer. Möchte trockener Staub sein, hochgehoben, vom Wind getragen übers Meer. Möchte landen auf fruchtbarem Boden und tanzend in der warmen Sonne. Möchte ich ein grüner Strauch sein, erhoben, meine Früchte tragen mit lieblicher Wonne. Doch weit über mir zerschellen die Wellen, der dumpfe Donner erstickt mein Ruf. Nach der wohltuenden Kraft des Hellen, das uns einst alle schuf. Aber ich bin schwer, bin stumpf, bin müde und ich schreie. Leicht sein, ich möchte leicht sein. Leicht sein, ich möchte leicht sein. Leicht sein, ich möchte leicht sein. Leicht sein, ich möchte leicht sein.